Hello, my name is Robert Gilstrap. Today I'm going to be talking about insurance and what you should have on your rental property. Get a lot of questions from landlords who don't really understand what they need to have. And many times they've just moved out of the property and they're converting it to a rental property and they want to understand the differences there. And I'm not a licensed insurance agent, but I can certainly tell you from my own experience and give you some advice. So first of all, obviously there is homeowner's insurance versus a landlord/fire policy. So, and the major difference is this: homeowner's insurance will cover the contents of a property as well as the structure, and then a landlord policy or a fire policy will not have a contents coverage component to it because obviously you don't have any contents in it. The tenant does, and the tenant will need to get their own tenant renter's insurance for that coverage. If you have a lot of properties, like I do, then you would buy what's called a BOP policy, B-O-P, or Business Owner Provider Policy. And it can be really good in a cost savings when you have multiple properties. And it's generally, kicks in when you get into, say, 8, 9, 10 or above properties. Something else that's important to do whenever you switch this over to a landlord policy, and pretty much whenever you sign up with any property management company, is you're going to have your property manager added as an additional insured. And what that means is a lot of people are confusing that and thinking, well, gosh, does that mean that my property manager is going to get a check or something if I ever file a claim? And that's not at all what additional insured means. That would be lost payee for somebody who's going to get a check. So there's additional interest, additional insured, and lost payee. Lost payee, they get a check. Additional interest means that they're going to get a notice in the mail letting the person know if you have insurance coverage. And then additional insured, and why it's so important in the property management arena, is it's going to provide liability coverage for that land or for the property manager if there's ever a lawsuit. And the reason why that's really important, let's think about it for a second. Tenant slips and falls, goes and finds a lawyer. The lawyer is going to sue everybody standing around. They're going to sue the owner, the property manager, everybody. Well, of course, you're going to have to, in the case that you would end up having to pay the property manager's attorney's fees, or if you have them added as additional insured, then it's going to force the insurance company to defend us both in court. That's really important. So another thing is the type of coverage you have, and you really want to seek out a broad form coverage, and an agent will know what that is. But essentially you want to have things like loss of rents coverage. You want to have full replacement cost versus a cash value policy. And what you'll find in a lot of they just quote you a real cheap price, is that they're quoting cash value, which means if there's a loss, the insurance company is going to depreciate the value of that and pay you significantly less than what it would cost to replace that item. And finally, if you've got a lot of exposure, multiple properties, it might be significantly important to obtain an umbrella policy. And basically that's going to provide you sort of an extra blanket of protection in the liability realm. And so for instance, you might get $1 million umbrella policy that would cover you and all your entities and properties and everything. So anyway, much longer topic covered in future videos, but this is just kind of a broad overview of that. So thank you.